There were moments tonight of total chaos between the Grizzlies and the Bulls. And with 4 seconds left, this was one of them. Grizzlies up 1. Oh, shot not in time. And the Grizzlies get the win over the Chicago Bulls as Sexton's shot is too late. And the Grizz win at 125-124. Welcome to Grizzlies Live, a postgame presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Rob Fisher, Brevin Knight, and Chris Vernon with you. There was a lot of chaos tonight, but it was entertaining.
It was entertaining. and look, the Grizzlies got 3 guys on 10-day contracts. This Bulls team has 6 lottery guys that were playing tonight. 6 guys that were former lottery picks got beat by a team that had 3 guys on 10-day contracts
that were finishing the game.
Yes,
for the Grizzlies tonight. It was something else to see. And for the Grizzlies tonight, I mentioned it to him after the game, but Cedric Coward was the veteran on the floor at the end of that game. And he seemed to kind of control everything for the Grizzlies late.
When he came back in the game, at first it was G.G. Jackson was the go-to guy when he finally came back in. And when Cedric came back in, then it's those guys that you have to touch the ball to make things happen, and there are guys that don't have to touch the ball to make things happen. And Ced was both of that in the latter stages of the fourth quarter. The dive to the basket, got ball a wide open 3, and then he gets himself, he makes baskets for this Grizzlies team. And defensively, his being back forced Jones to make an extra pass that didn't allow the Bulls the time to finish out this game.
Well, and he wanted to make up for it, right? Because he was scared he had blown it. But, I mean, look, you want this guy being in these positions. We talk about this as you come down the stretch of the year. He only played – you see these numbers on the board, right? He only played 24 minutes tonight.
Right. And –
you want to see him in the situation where he's the leading shot taker on the team for a night. You want to see him in a situation where he's having to make, they're in a nip-tuck game, and you've got to try to make winning plays down the stretch. And Coward was thrust into all of those positions tonight and came up big.
Yeah, Coward finishes the night 24 points. He had those 4 steals defensively as well to go along with the 9 rebounds. For the Chicago Bulls, Montes Buzelis, we talked about him again during the pregame show, and he was fantastic. 29 points for him, but took him 21 shots to get there.
Yeah, they were at least having him do it on 21 shots, but man, what a great young talent he is. And you could see, I don't know if people noticed this, but you could see the chemistry between him and G.G. Jackson on the court. Once upon a time, G.G. Jackson was committed to go to play basketball at the University of North Carolina. The guy he was recruiting to come with him was Montes Buzelis. These guys have been buddies and known each other on the circuit for a long, long time. And you could tell there were segments of the game where they were going back and forth with each other. But, boy, they've missed on some, but they hit on this one. Buzelis.
Yeah, Buzelis.
He's got a chance to be special.
He had 8 in the second quarter, 10 in the third quarter, adds 10 rebounds for the double-double tonight, going 10 of 21 from the field, 6 of 7 at the free throw line for the Bulls tonight. But the Grizzlies get the win, 125-124, the final score. And the Grizzlies, you were talking about these 10-day guys and these two-way guys. Well, the Grizzlies bench scored big tonight, and it was those guys getting those points.
I mean, you go down it, right? You can remember a play from pretty much all of them. Clayton, obviously, with the monster 3 with the game on the line, but between Mashack, Burton, Tiki Giroux, all these guys making big plays. And it was nice to see, again, another situation where we were talking about this as we were going down into the game. I said, hey, we just had the Omax career night. Hopefully we'll get some career nights tonight from some guys, and certainly we did.
Yeah, I thought they just did a great job coming in the game, playing together, keeping it. Whenever the Bulls made runs, I thought they did a good job of squashing those runs. And when they needed big plays, everybody, Cedric Coward talked about it, everyone had a hand in it. So it was nice to see those guys also contributing off of the bench. No bigger shot than that one there.
Jahmai with 17 points tonight for the Grizzlies. Tyler Burton with 18. Tiki Giroux had 14 and was all over the floor tonight as well. And speaking of Jahmai Mashack, he joins us outside the Grizzlies locker room following tonight's win over the Chicago Bulls. Jahmai, congratulations on the win, first of all.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Jahmai, what was the difference down the stretch? What got you guys the win ultimately in the end?
I think it's the poise that we had. We practice a lot. We work on stuff like like that. So I think it was ultimately the poise that we had coming down the stretch, knowing that defense was going to lead the offense and being able to execute whenever they went on a run.
Jahmai, talk about the ability to finish inside with physicality, even over bigger players. You've done it all season long. Talk about your comfort in doing just that.
I mean, I'm starting to get a lot more comfortable doing it, using my body, knowing that I'm a bigger guard, especially going downhill. You can build up speed, use your shoulders to attack. A lot of the great players do that at the highest level. It's going to help me become a great two-way player.
All right, let me get this out of the way. Great game. Super proud of you. Game last night, game tonight. How happy are you that tomorrow is an off day when Tennessee is playing for a chance to move on? And I got to hear your breakdown on this Tennessee Vols team.
I'm not going to lie. I think God really looked down on me and was like, hey, man, this is a perfect opportunity for you to sit down and watch your team. Hey, man, it just kind of worked out well, man. I think we're going to have a really good chance. Obviously, Coach Barnes has them ready. But I think, like I've been saying, throughout the season, they've really gone through some adversity. And I think adversity really builds great teams coming down to the March. And I think they've done a great job of that. They've really played hard. They play physical. They're big. They like to get out in transition, and they're tough. So those recipes always lead to big wins in March. And I can't wait to sit down, chill, and watch my team go.
Well, enjoy this win tonight. Enjoy tomorrow. We'll see you Monday back on the floor. Congratulations on the win tonight, Jahmai.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Jahmai Mashack joining us downstairs outside the Grizzlies locker room, and he was fantastic tonight with his 17 points for the Grizzlies on 8 of 12 shooting. We will take a break here on Grizzlies Live postgame presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Grizzlies win it tonight over the Bulls 125-124 as the Grizz get the win.